Welcome back, you guys. In today's video, I'll be showing you the type of foods I've been enjoying during my pregnancy. So for my first meal of the day, I start off with some oatmeal. I've been eating oatmeal pretty regularly during my pregnancy. It's a great source of fiber, and unfortunately, while pregnant, you do tend to experience some constipation. I'm not trying to overshare, that's just what happens, and oatmeal has helped me a lot with that and helped me to stay pretty regular. So I'm going to take a little bit of this almond milk and add it to my oats before I pop it in the microwave. So the measurements I used a half a cup of oats, and then I use a full cup of almond milk here, and then I will pop this in the microwave to warm it up. So I'm going to set my timer initially on about 1:30 seconds. I don't want to leave it on too much longer than that because I realize my oats would boil over. So I do about 2 rounds of 1:30 to get my oatmeal nice and thick. And then I will add just a little bit of brown sugar here. I'm also going to add just a touch of nutmeg, not too much though, because nutmeg is very, very powerful and it will overwhelm the taste. And then I will drizzle some honey on top, and sometimes I add dried fruit, but I don't have dried fruit today. And typically I will have some fruit on the side with my oatmeal. Today I'm going to have a peach and half of a banana. And I can't forget my Simply Lemonade, which is like my favorite juice. So I noticed when I bit into this peach, it didn't taste as sweet as the peaches that I had been eating over the summer. It just tasted very watery and just kind of bland. I mean, it was juicy, but the juice was not as powerful and as peach flavored as what I had been buying, because I got addicted to peaches over the summer. But I do vaguely remember the sign on the cart saying white peaches. I didn't know that there was a difference between like a traditional peach and a white peach, but apparently there is. I wasn't crazy about how the white peach tasted, but baby needs fruit, so I'm just gonna eat it anyway. So I'm like obsessed with my kitchen being clean at all times. Like I can't begin the next meal or cook if my kitchen is like dirty and all over the place. So I usually clean as I go when I'm cooking, and when I'm done eating, I try to stay in the habit of rinsing everything out and either loading it into the dishwasher or washing it right then on the spot. So a big part of my daily routine or nutrition regimen is to consume as much water as possible. This container, I believe, is a 33-ounce container, and I try to drink at least 64 ounces of water a day, which I probably need double that considering that I'm drinking for me and another person now, but I definitely do the best I can to consume as much water as possible. And the water that I drink is called Alkaline 88, and it is a purified alkaline water with Himalayan minerals and electrolytes. It's pretty good. I've been drinking alkaline water for over a year now, and it tasted really different to me in the beginning, but now I'm pretty much used to the taste, and I try to keep this container with me at all times to get as much water consumption as possible. So now we're gonna move on to lunch, guys, and I must say this was my favorite meal of this particular day, all because of the guacamole. I have been craving guac like a mad person, like for some reason during this pregnancy, and I used to hate even the idea of guacamole. Like anything that changes colors or turns brown like right before your eyes, like I just wasn't ever a guac person, but I have been so obsessed with it that I figured how to make it myself at home. And so as you can see, I have about 4 avocados here in the mixing bowl. I added some chopped tomatoes, half of a red onion, and I did finely chop a bushel of cilantro. And I did also add a little dollop of minced garlic. I believe it was about half a tablespoon. And then I'm gonna add a few drops of lime juice. Not too much lime juice because it will make your guacamole soupy. So now I'm just gonna take my spoon, which I eventually will switch to a fork here in just a second, just because it helped me mash up the avocados a little bit better and get all my ingredients mixed together really well. I like to leave my guacamole a little bit on the chunkier side, but you can mash it until it's the consistency that you like. Now I'm going to season it with some black pepper and a few pinches of sea salt. And once I get that mixed in, I'm just going to place some saran wrap over the bowl and put the bowl in the refrigerator while I prepare the second half of this dish. So I'm just going to take a little bit of olive oil and put that in a small skillet. And what I'm making here is just a chicken salad wrap. I'm using some chicken salad that I prepared the night before. So I'm just going to take some multi-grain flatbread and place that into the skillet so that it can sear on one side. And then I'm going to add my chicken salad. Now that my chicken salad is added, I'm going to take some salad, and this is just a spring mix, and I'm going to add that to my wrap with some Duke's mayonnaise. And the way I'm placing the mayonnaise is so it can serve as a glue to kind of hold my wrap in place while I sear it on both sides. Watch your fingers here because I always seem to burn the tips of mine, but basically you will just close your wrap up, and once it's brown on one side, you're going to flip it over and brown it on the other. You can also add cheese to this wrap, which I do sometimes. I just didn't do that this particular day. Now I'm just going to add my guacamole on the side, and I'm going to eat that with some Tostitos Cantina chips. So now we finally made it to dinner, guys, and for dinner I am going to have chili. And it's fall. I love warm and cozy meals during this time of year when it's cold outside, so I thought that chili would be the perfect way and the easiest way to end my day. Now mind you, I did prep the chili between breakfast and lunch, so you'll see a drastic change in the lighting from when I'm preparing it to when I'm actually ready to eat. But it's because I made my chili in the crock pot. I usually will prep it and get it in my crock pot in the beginning of the day, and then I will let it cook on low for 3 to 4 hours before I eat it. So I'm just going to take some ground turkey and I'm going to season the turkey with a packet of Lipton onion soup mix. Now that my turkey meat is all seasoned, I am just going to brown it in a pan with some olive oil. So now that I've pan-seared my turkey meat, I am just going to dump that into the crock pot and mix it with the other ingredients. So what I like to put in my chili is a can of black beans. I like black beans. I'm not really a bean person. The only beans I like are green beans and black beans. Oh, and I do like chickpeas, but I don't really count those. But yeah, I don't like chili beans, so I use black beans in my chili. I use 1 bag of frozen corn. I use half a container of diced tomatoes. And remember, I've added the other half of this to my guacamole earlier. I take my can that the black beans were in and I fill that with water, and I add a can of water to my mixture before adding my chili seasoning. And I like to use mild chili seasoning, and I think it's by McCormick. So now I'm just going to stir everything around, make sure everything is nicely mixed and integrated together. I needed a little bit more water, so I did add about half a can more of water to the chili before covering it. You kind of want your water to not cover all the ingredients, like you don't want them to be fully submerged, but you do want about a quarter of your crock pot to be full of water. So now I'm just going to close the lid and lock this down. And again, like I said before, I'm going to cook this on low for 3 to 4 hours before it's time to eat. So this is my finished chili, you guys. Remember what I said about the lighting. So it's about 6 o'clock at night now, and my chili is all finished, and I am about to grub. So I do like to eat the chili cheese Fritos in my chili. Some people like to eat Tostitos, or some people even eat their chili with rice. But my mom and I, we've always eaten our chili like this. So yeah, I'm going to add some shredded cheese and a dollop of Daisy. Thank you guys for sticking around to the end of this video. I hope that you guys found what I eat in a day interesting. If you try any of the recipes that you saw in the video today, I hope you find them as delicious as I do. But now I'm about to go enjoy my dinner, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.